my dude. I know everyone seems more advanced than you, but that ain't your business. You stay faithful, lift your head and move. Turn up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Leech, and I'm back with another video. It's been a good minute since my last upload, but anyway, today I just wanted to talk about this immigration ban that was instituted recently, I believe on Friday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the immigration ban was instituted by an executive order by Donald Trump. And basically what it did was it banned 7 different nations. I believe those nations are Iran, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Yemen. I can't remember the last 2. But anyway, it was majority Christian nations, and it barred the citizens from those countries from entering the United States for the next 90 days, and barred all refugees from those nations for the next 120 days, and also indefinitely just barred refugees from Syria totally. So I just wanted to talk about it and give my perspective, because I believe I have a unique perspective with the whole thing. First of all, I'd like to say this: I am not a natural born citizen of the United States of America. I am a Nigerian, born and raised in Nigeria. I moved here about 11 years ago. So in case you don't know, I think I've said it a couple of times in my videos in the past, but yeah, I'm Nigerian, love it. Being a Nigerian is one of the greatest things to get on this level. But anyway, yeah, so I've been through the whole immigration process, and I know what that can be like. And the reason why people are freaking out, at least from an immigrant's perspective, why we're freaking out is we're like, well, if they could do it for any nation that has Muslim influence in any way, like, if they can do it for those nations, what's to say they wouldn't do it for every other nation that has Muslim influence? The reason why they did it, as far as I've heard Donald Trump speaking on it or any of his representatives speaking on it, is basically for one reason and one reason only: to fight back against terrorist attacks, ISIS and stuff. And they say that they are extremists of the Muslim faith. So that's the reason they're doing beside it, or doing it for. But the ironic thing though, all the terrorists that we've had so far, none of them have been from any of those 7 nations. They've been from mainly Saudi Arabia and Egypt, and neither of those nations were put on the list. And I can give you a couple of reasons, why those nations were not taken out, put on that list and barred. But anyway, regardless of that, but I just wanted to tell you why I fear for where we are headed with this stuff. For me, for one, me and my family, we're really, like, although it doesn't affect us, we're worried about it, and I see where it can start going. Where, for example, one of the issues that popped up immediately after was people who are coming back to the United States to go back to work, because the holiday season just ended, so people are coming back to work, coming back for school, and all of a sudden they landed at different airports and they couldn't cross over to go carry on their daily lives, even though they had the right documentations, they had their green cards. So anyway, even though they had the right documentations, they weren't let into the United States, and some of them were actually turned home, like literally put on planes and sent back to their native land. And it was like, people were freaking out. Families were affected by this. You had families split up, like they expected their son or their daughter to be in the United States, but all of a sudden they see their daughter coming back home, or they expected their husband to be coming back from meeting his family back home to go talk to his kids and carry on and be the breadwinner for his family, but he can't show up because guess what? He got turned away at the airport. So people freaked out, and then of course the administration came out and said, whoa, that was a mistake. We didn't mean to do that, and they clarified on the green cards, but I don't know if they've clarified anything about if you have the legal documentation and visa status wise. And so this is why immigrants in general are worried, because it's like, if they can do this to those nations, what's to say that they can't do it to any nation that the United States deems unworthy, or the United States deems to have Muslim influence on that nation enough to say, you know what, we're just not gonna let these people come into our country anymore. And you know what, in all honesty, we are aliens. Like, we as immigrants are aliens to this land, and like an American citizen, and as the president, he can do whatever he wants, what he sees best for the country. However, I disagree with it because I feel all it does is promote fear. It feels like we're going back to the Cold War era, where everybody thought everybody else was a communist then. And I feel that's where we're going now. We're edging ever so closer with that. And I mean, people, you might disagree with me. Let me know down in the comments, because I'm open-minded. Because at the same time, I understand that I don't agree with it. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is state my opinion and talk about it to all y'all to understand what the perspective is for somebody who isn't a natural-born citizen and will be affected by this. And so it's just one of those things. I mean, I have people, and it's one of those things, like, this was something, all this does, in all honesty, is bring something to the forefront that a lot of people haven't thought about before. So for example, when I was going through the process of becoming a citizen of this country, which I'm not there yet, and I pray I get there very soon. But when you're going through that process, one of the things you are advised to do is do not live the United States of America. Why they advise you is, if you leave, there is no guarantee that they will let you back in, even though you have all your documentations done. There's no guarantee. So you're playing gambling with it when you leave. So I know people who came in as students. So for example, I have a lot of friends who are from Nigeria as well, who came in as students, and they haven't been home in over 3 years. They're still in this country, they haven't been home, they haven't seen their family, they haven't seen their mom, their dad, their sister, their brothers. And every time they talk to them on Skype, they're like, wow, they've grown up so much, I've missed so much of their lives. And if you put yourself in that shoe, all of a sudden, you start understanding why people are freaking out and why people are not happy, or were not happy where Donald Trump got elected, and now are even more unhappy with what he's putting into place. And at the same time, understand, I mean, security of the nation is very important. Now, everybody wants to feel safe. I want to feel safe when I'm going outside and buying a drink. I want to feel safe when something happens, you know? But at the same time, it's just that I just feel there's a better way that it could have been gone. It could have been implemented. I feel that there's a better way that these things could have been implemented. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. I don't agree with it. Do you agree with it? Do you think it is something that they should do? Or do you think it needs to be changed and tweaked and worked on? Which I understand why that's why they put the 90 and the 120 days, but I still feel it was rushed because a lot of families got torn apart by this. And it's a problem. And we need to figure it out and make better situations. There are other things about the whole immigration thing that I like to talk about and touch on more, but we'll talk about that in another video, in another immigration style video. But anyway, I'm just kidding. It has been your boy Liche Man, and I will talk to you people later. Eh? God loves you and I love you too. I will talk to you another time. Bye bye yo.